And we are live. It's your favorite insurance agent, Darnold Jr. And this is Finlit Live. What's up, Finlit Live family? Let me know where you're tuning in from. Are you from Houston? Are you from Dallas? Are you from Australia? Are you from the Philippines? Type in the chat. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And this is a show that you want to tune into because we're about to do a financial checkup. Are you reaching your financial potential? It's time to do a financial checkup so you don't get wrecked up from the neck up. You like how I flow there? Yeah, I'm sticking to my day job. I promise you that. But I actually lost my guest, so I'm going to kill some time here because he disappeared right before the show started. So let's talk. If you're tuning in live, put in the chat hashtag live. If you put in the replay, put hashtag replay. I'd love to know where you guys are tuning in from. And let's have a conversation. So when it comes to personal finances, what is one of the subjects that you would like to hear on the show? It could be anything from cryptocurrency to real estate to budgeting to what are some of the topics that you feel like you can improve in? Do you feel like you can improve in how to invest your money? Let me know in the chat, and I'd love to see the comments. It looks like the guest is jumping on, so we'll go ahead and get lit. Right, without further ado, I'd like to bring on my guest on my show, the guest Conrad. Hey, Conrad, how are you?
What's up, my brother from another mother?
Great. I had a little scare there. I was like, where did my guest go? He disappeared. But you're back on, and I appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule to be on, because I know you're a busy man. You work long hours, you put in the work, and your results are a result of your hard work, sir. So I'm proud of you for that. But without any further ado, go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you? Where are you from? And what are you up to?
Hello, everybody. Just want to say thank you to our awesome host for Finlit Live. This is an awesome opportunity to share wealth information, how to grow money, how to protect money. All of the good knowledge that is being shared here today is beautiful, and for what's been shared in the past and in the future. So I just want to say thank you to Darnold. He's a good friend of mine. We go back from college days when we sold books door to door with the Southwestern Advantage. That program taught us tenacity. And for some reason, we both ended up in the financial literacy space. So we're both financial professionals. I myself got my license a decade ago and have been building in the financial industry since then. So what we've done is we've built a platform called Our Infinite Company in 2018. And since then, we have generated $1.3 billion of generational wealth in life insurance for our community, paid out $1.26 million in living benefits and death benefits, and developed 10,500 clients through all of the agents that we get to partner with, we get to work with. I get to be one of the field leaders of this company, and it's been an awesome journey in the financial literacy realm to understand how to figure out my own personal finances and also help my family, and then go help the community. So what's really, really beautiful is being able to take time now, a decade later, to catch back up with Darnold here. Like since college, I think the crazy thing is we've checked out our different paths. We've walked in different paths, but we've ended up in the same place. So I'm happy to be here on this podcast, getting to talk to you guys today and share about the wealth checkup.
Excellent. So obviously you mentioned a little bit about your history. I always like to know people's backstory before we go into the subject. So how do you, obviously we sold books together in college. That helped us pay for college. You sold a lot longer than I sold books. I only sold for 4 summers. How many summers did you sell?
Just 2 more extra. Just college ended and I became a corporate recruiter. So I learned how to build teams, help manage and grow teams. And then from there, I went into business development. The skill sets transferred over. I was in sales, and then I was helping put connections together, and that led me into my marketing in politics, and along with that, business development in general. So I got to play also in the tech world, and putting all those skill sets together, I just found out that no matter how much money I made or helped my clients make, we all did really poor things with the money that we earned. We made bad decisions. I was in a lot of debt, and I had to figure out, like, how do I establish my own personal finances? It doesn't seem to matter how much money I earned. It all just seemed to go out the window as soon as I earned it. And no matter how much I helped the small business owners that I consulted with, help them make their money, they still didn't have enough time with their families. They still worked too long of hours, and they still ran out of money every single paycheck, it seemed like. So it's really cool to be a small business owner. You're living the life, you get to travel, you're going everywhere, but you're making ends meet. Like, as soon as the money comes in, it's going out. It doesn't matter if your paycheck, as let's say an employee, is $5,000 a month, or $4,000 or $3,000 a month. Your employer paycheck, maybe you're getting $50,000, $30,000, $100,000 a month, but that same thing all goes out the window. So that's what prompted me to go get licensed in my general lines, life, health, and annuities. And that got me on the track to figuring out, how do I pay off these debts? How do I help make sure that I am able to help my parents retire, all of those things. And since that journey, a decade later, college debt gone, our parents' house is paid off 10 years early. And we've accomplished some great things. All the family is protected. We all have life insurance. We're playing in infinite banking. My family's been able to use our own infinite banking methods to put down payments on mortgages. We've set up trusts for the family. Lots of good things, and this is beautiful to do. My mom said when she was 55, I'm just learning about this now at 55, because I brought her to my office and to train her on this stuff, and now she gets to work with me. So, good things have come since then, and I'm glad you're in the financial space as well, brother.
Excellent. So keep it in the family. That's awesome that you're sharing the wealth and sharing the knowledge. So Absolutely. Let's go ahead and dive into tonight's topic, which is doing a comprehensive wealth check. Do a checkup from the neck up so you don't get wrecked up, right?
I love how you say it, man. Everybody goes and gets a health check once a year, and everybody wants to be wealthy. But do you know the formula to wealth? The answer is most people don't even know what that means. And so for us, being able to identify a comprehensive way to consider our finances is very powerful. And so we want to keep it really, really simple. And what I'll do is I'll share with you some simple ideas for you guys to take home. This will validate what you are doing well already with your personal finances. And I'll give you some ideas to sit down, think about, gather the family, or even just yourself personally to figure out what's the next step. Where can I go, and how can I plan holistically for my personal finances? So I'm going to go ahead and present over here. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share the entire screen over here. And just want to see if you guys are able to see this. Darnold, is this visible to you?
Yes.
Awesome.
I have it on screen where you can see all of this.
Keep it really simple. Takeoffchallenge.com. Jumpstart your financial planning with your wealth check, right? Get your wealth checkup. So we have a 30-day challenge. But before we get into that, I want to identify your priority list. These are really important things in our life that we normally take them one piece at a time. And what's really powerful is if you can consider them all at the same time while you're planning. So let's kind of go over them. We have estate planning here, life insurance, living benefits. And what are living benefits? Those are more like what you have employee benefits at work, but we want to transfer that back into the hands of the individual. So you have living benefits in your hands, not the job. Emergency fund, debt management. How do you handle taxes? Are you avoiding them? Income and building wealth. And so these are a very comprehensive look at the most important concepts in our personal finances. And how I've laid it out here, how the company has laid it out here, we've come together to put this together. Wealth building on the left-hand side, emergency fund, and wealth on the bottom over here. So this is growth of your money. So these are wealth building information. Like how do you grow your money right now? Is it taxed now? Is it tax deferred? Or is it growing in taxes? Is it growing in tax advantage categories where you're not going to have to pay taxes at the growth of your money? Are you saving up for your emergency fund? Do you have at the very least 3 months? But a good number to be in is between 6 to 12 months of your living expenses in your emergency fund. And then last but not least is the growth of your money. What is the rate of return that you're getting right now? And then down the center here, we're talking about our goals for the future and your lifetime income projection, how much you're going to take home in retirement. And you can consider a couple things: your personal investments, a pension you might receive from the job, Social Security income, if you're lucky enough to receive Social Security, and then what is that goal for your retirements? And then below here is your estate plan. If you have kids, what's really critical is making sure you have guardianship. Oftentimes I have families like grandparents and aunties and uncles who can't even enroll their nieces, nephews, and grandkids because the parents never set up guardianship. Just aside from that, do you have last will? Do you have a will, a living will, or a last will, living trust, power of attorney, healthcare directive? These are just simple documents that would allow your family to not have to worry about anything because you planned ahead for these challenges. And the right-hand side being our risk management, being able to cover the lifestyle that we have and protect it, make sure that we have money set aside if in case bad things happen. I don't want you to be a GoFundMe account. So on the right-hand side, we have insurance. How do you calculate life insurance for yourself? Obviously, everyone already has health insurance. Living benefits, aside from the health insurance, because it'll only pay 80% of any challenges that you're encountering, and it'll only pay up to a certain amount. Do you have living benefits, or is it something that your job has for you? The big challenge we've seen in 2020 is that 40 million Americans found out they don't have any living benefits if their job wasn't paying them any money if they were fired from their job. So we want to put these things back into the hands of the average individual. You can do it too. You can set up your own life insurance. You can set up your own living benefits. You can set up your own emergency fund. You can set up your own wealth and growth program. And then more importantly, we also being able to manage your debt, being able to understand what is the interest rates that are affecting you, and then how to do an actual debt roll-up. And this is very critical for those in their early 30s, early 20s. You're coming into a lot of debt at a young age. Our goal is to make sure that by the time you're in your 50s, 60s, you've paid off most of those. Unfortunately, today, many Americans are in the rat race and just managing the debt. Everyone's saying, I want to save and grow money eventually. Our goal is to make sure that you have an understanding of what debt management is so you don't have to worry about that in the long run. You need to be able to pay off your debt at the same time grow your money. And that brings us to the last thing here, which is the X-curve concept, where as your money is growing, you are also taking care of your liabilities, and they have to happen at a certain point. Because if anyone's ever put your money and your age and your timeline on a graph before, the question is, what age will you be at? How old will you be when you have more money growing for you than you have leaving your pocket as expenses? And if you don't know that number, then it's a really good time to start considering all of these things together in a holistic way. And that leads us to our 30-day challenge. And this is something you can do on your own. No one's looking over your shoulder. We've had people do this in 2-3 days, a weekend together as a family. We've had people do this over the course of an actual month, like take it one day at a time. And then we've had people take the challenge and do this over 6 months, over a year. The thing I ask you to do is, if you're taking on the 30-day challenge, do it with a partner, do it with friends, do it with people that can hold you accountable, and showcase, let the world know what you're accomplishing. so that you can encourage other people that they can do their wealth check and they can take on the 30-day challenge. And so that's my quick outline today for the takeoff challenge and the wealth check. And I'm gonna stop sharing here. Go back to you, Darnold.
Excellent. Sounds like it is pretty comprehensive. So it sounds like people have done the checkup and at different rates. Like you said, some people did it in a couple of days. Some people did it in 30 days, like I suggest. Some people did over the course of a year. What are some success stories that you've heard of people going through this challenge, and what kind of results were they getting?
I love that question because, not only do people find good habits in their finances and build on good habits, but it also positively affects their wealth too. One of my favorite stories is a gentleman and his wife being able to actually go on a vacation. We figured out through this through this wealth check, that a lot of money goes out because his wife works at a bar. So he then goes, sits at the bar, waits on his wife, buys food for himself, buys drinks for everybody. And at the end of the month, they make a lot of money together as a young couple in their 20s. And they're wondering, Conrad, how are we low on money every month? And we just figured out it was just they were hanging out at the bar after we looked at their budget. That's it. We looked at their budget. And a really simple budget technique that I suggest to everybody is, can you do half? Are you okay with cutting that in half? Let's say if you go to Walmart every day, cutting that in half and going to Walmart only like every other day. Or at the bar, his expense, he was shelling out $100 a day, $50, $100 a day. And I said, can you cut that in half? He goes, yeah, sure. In the weekdays, I'll only spend 25. I'll bring 25 with me. On the weekends, I'll bring only $50 with me. And what ended up happening was he was able to save enough money. He lost weight. He lost 4 inches. He was able to wear his favorite jacket from like 4 years ago. And then he took his wife on vacation. So not only has the focus on his financial foundation helped him with his personal finances, it also helped him with his health. And I love that. I have lots of stories like this, like people have found money where they didn't know they had money because now they're looking at their retirement accounts and they're discovering, oh, I have 28,000 sitting there. Oh, I had 100,000 sitting there. And so really cool things happen when you're intentional. And now instead of worrying about your finances, worrying about where's the next check coming from, can I pay the bills? Because people are forward thinking, they're finding abundance in their finances and they're getting more solutions coming to them and opportunities coming to them as well. So I got tons of stories. I can go all day.
Excellent. Well, I definitely love that story. It sounds like it not only changed his financial health, but it changed his actual physical health, right?
Absolutely. Darnold is one of my what do you call that? One of my inspirations. He's a very healthy guy. He looks exactly the same from a decade ago. Mm-hmm. I wanna do like Darnold.
Yep, lots of water. So, but you look exactly the same too. So you haven't aged a bit. So I'm proud of you.
I got the grays, bro. I got the grays. Right. It allows me to at least not look like I'm 5 years old when I'm talking to someone in their 60s. Can I trust you with my money? I said, I got enough gray.
It gives you some authority there. There you go. Maybe I need some of that so I could get some more authority also. Because people still think I'm in my mid-20s. I'm just like, no, I just turned 40.
Man, it's cool. It's a good problem for us to have.
Absolutely. So we're going to open up to the audience. And while we're opening up to the audience, if you have a question for Conrad, if you have any questions about this financial checkup, go ahead and drop that in the chat. And while they're doing that, Conrad, how can people get a hold of you if they want to do this financial check or if they want to ask you for your services?
Absolutely. Darnold, I really appreciate you asking that. I have a very simple way to get a hold of me. You see this, it says Conrad Alagaban. You can go to ConradAlagaban.com. I'm going to put it in the chat with everybody in the studio, ConradAlagaban.com. And basically what that'll lead you to is a way to be able to set up a meeting with me, whether that is a wealth checkup, which I do those consultations for free. I don't charge anybody for a wealth checkup. And I'm able to understand what are your goals, where are you trying to go, and how do you want to get there. And then we'll lay out a plan that makes sense for you, that can comprehensively put together your protection needs, your growth needs, your savings needs, maybe even your budgeting needs. And so simple, ConradAlagaban.com. And our takeoffchallenge.com is also very simple, takeoffchallenge.com. Everything has to be easy to get to. And you can share that with your friends and family, takeoffchallenge.com. So that's not a way to get a hold of me, but that is definitely a way to participate with us. And I want everybody who's participating in the Takeoff Challenge to put in your social media, if you're taking it on, hashtag takeoffchallenge.com. Oh, sorry, hashtag takeoffchallenge or hashtag 30-day money challenge. So if you guys are into challenges and showcasing your results and your growth, love for you to do that. There's so many examples of good health improvements and those pictures before and after. And I'd love to make it a normal practice for everybody to do a wealth checkup, the same like they do the health checkup, and then also showcase that all over the internet. Let's make a movement. Let's make a social change, and let's do it simply by improving our own personal finances.
Absolutely. And Conrad has helped my wife do a rollover for her 401k. So we appreciate you for helping her with that. So we have utilized his services also. That's the nice part about this industry is there's so many different facets. Like we don't step on each other's toes. That's why I love sharing the platform and sharing the wealth of knowledge that everybody has, because everybody comes from a different perspective. So thank you, Conrad, for everything that you shared on the show tonight. Hopefully you get some people that take up the challenge and change their life all because they listen to the show tonight.
Darnold, I just appreciate you, brother, for being a platform to showcase all your friends, all the people out there that are sharing financial literacy and sharing ways to improve our own lives. I just appreciate you for being a champion of the people, brother. Thank you for having me on your show.
Thank you. I hope you have a good evening.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
So if you got any value out of tonight's show, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you smash that notification button. That way you could get alerts every Tuesday night that we go live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And so the purpose of the show is to educate people on personal finances because, you know, they didn't teach us in school. They didn't teach us in college. So yeah, that's the purpose of the show. I stay in my lane. I've been in insurance for over 13 years now. And so I stay in my lane, but I do know a lot of people. So what I'll do is I'll bring them on the show. I'll interview them live. I open up to you, the audience, so you could get your questions answered. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in and look forward to next week's show because we have a really exciting lineup for you guys. And I appreciate you guys for getting lit.